Yo, I'm determined to get Stormblood side quest finished tonight, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go. Salt. Get your salt. Gourmet quality, fresh from the sultry. Here now, aren't you Yosan, the hero of the revolution? They say you played a big part in reviving the Sultry's operations. It's an honor, miss, a true honor, and good timing too. I'm soon to head back across the border and do my part in reminding Eorzea markets what proper salt tastes like. I was living in Ul'dah before, you see, in one of those refugee tent camps. Never thought I'd set foot in Alamigo again, let alone be handed a job when I got there. And it's all thanks to you. Come to think of it, Westgar was wondering if I spot you here in Rogar's Reach. If I saw you, he would said I was to ask you to visit the Sultry whenever you have the time. I'm sure he's eager to share how far they've come with the rebuilding. Rebuilding. Right. That's a lot of experience. I can't materia meld at level 50. Oh yeah. Okay. Where am I going? That way. We might need to move those cranes a bit to the... Oh, yo, you came. Our traders spied you in Ragar's Reach, did he? As you can see, the Sultry's restoration is coming along nicely. Care to have a closer look at what we've accomplished so far? You should witness the success you've helped achieve, and I promise I won't take too much of your time. Can you believe it? Our partners in the East Aldern Trading Company have been busy promoting our produce. It's brought all these merchants and chefs with coin to spend. There was one Makoto lass. And under the weather. Hold on. A culinarian from limbs of Lamonza. She said she was who ordered a wagon full of salt to be shipped back across the sea. Thanks to Lord Lorito's connections, we have the folk in place to transport huge orders damn near anywhere, and our profits have been soaring. Great, let's head over to the heart of the operation, shall we? Oh, neat. As I understand it, masses of salt crystals build up in the shallows of the lokes. We rake it all together into those little hills you see here, and let it bake in the sun for a few days. Once it's good and dried out, off to the factory it goes. That's where any unwanted rubbish is sieved out, and we end up with pure sultry salt. The brothers and sisters who returned to us have taken to work with a passion. Though they fled into Thanoan so long ago, the love for their homeland still burns bright. And my job is to make certain no low-dwelling beasts ruin what we've reclaimed together. I patrolled the shores every day and put the advice you gave me to good use. In fact, I could use more monster-slaying wisdom if you've any to share. It's the bloody sovereigns, you see. Their numbers have been on the rise of late, and getting a blade through their one-bound hides is a chore to say the least. Any pointers on how to deal with them? Hit them as hard as you can, of course, really hard. Aye, when in doubt, double your efforts. Well, I think you've seen all the changes around here. It's time we went to speak with Granddad. That's cool. You remember Watt, my grandfather. He's been waiting to speak with you. I'll be with you in a moment, young'un. Let me just finish up here. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, the sultry is back in business. We've even got the daughter of the olden merchant house come to inspect our operations. Speaking of the last. We have observed the method of your salt production, Master Watt, and I must say the process is quite fascinating. Lady Lilura. Yes, 'tis I, Lilura. What a strange coincidence that our paths should cross in this unlikely place. Oh, you know each other then. I suppose an adventurer meets all sorts of folk, trudging from one end of the realm to the other. Yes, well, Master Watt, I must compliment you on your salted fish. The dish we sampled was quite exquisite. Thank you, miss. The Saltery was once famous not only for its salt, but also the goods we seasoned with its produce. We hoped you might take a reminder of that taste back to the people of Gul'da. Yes, I will certainly discuss the potential for bringing such wares to market without our partners. And whilst we are on the subject of partners, Master Watt, I understand you run the Saltery with the assistance of the East Aldern Trading Company. Are the profits of your joint venture being properly appointed? Portion? A portion? I'm not sure I follow, miss. I believe Mistress Lilia wishes to know whether or not the East Aldern Trading Company is claiming an unfair share of the coin. Ah, well, we had a bright young man by the name of Alphino drop us a watertight contract to avoid that sort of problem. Do you know of any reason we should worry? Nay, my good man, no reason. Carry on as you were. Pray continue these fine efforts to support your countrymen's return and restore the glory of Alamigo. Yes, miss, I will. She was a bit full of herself, wasn't she? The way she spoke, you'd think she was bloody royalty or something. Seeing as our young heroes come to visit, what say we gather everyone to mark the occasion? That battle with the Empire took its toll and left our Saltery in ruins. We were left to squat in the rubble of our livelihood. But look now, our king returned to us from Lul'da, and our village is alive again with peddlers and traders. We had neither the coin nor the right to remake our home until you and the Sultana took our cause as your own. For that we are truly thankful. We've rebuilt what was needed to get things running, but war's talons gouged deep. Many buildings still lie broken, and it'll take time to put it back the way it was. But we won't let your boon go to waste. Day by day, we'll keep adding to this foundation you've laid and bring lasting prosperity for all of Alamigo. Word has it the Empire is already planning another attack. The folk here aren't fit for fighting, but we'll see to it the soldiers don't want for provisions. It's the least we can do to help. I feel like this was supposed to be something, but then it stopped here. Like a prototype Dolmen Enclave sort of deal. But whatever. It's just good that they got it back and running. Let's see. No more quests in the Ralgar's reach. Nice. One more quest that I'm willing to do, because this one tells me I will not have a guide to do. Why can I not do Leaves of Bugane? Okay, so I can if I want to. I'll save that for another. I rarely get to go Dragoon, and this quest does not require me to do much, I think. So I should be good. There, I'll be right back. I just have to go to the restroom. Okay, I'm back. Doo-doo. There's few so loath to take their rest, than ventures without rest, quests. For short no work to give them worth, they soon become a source of mirth. I see I struck a chord with you, my friend. My colleagues tell me that if one of in this land ever needs an item fetch, that you are the woman to speak to. I find this philanthropic compulsion fascinating, and so, in the interest of research for my next play, let's say I seek to put said compulsion to the test, assuming you are game, of course. Bring me a bottle of wine, aye, but not just any wine. Make it rose-themed, and make it Eorzean. I've had my fill of bitter blends offered here in the East. Where to start? Oh, if only there were some port where thirsty Eorzeans went for their wine, you wouldn't surely be speaking with it. Foremost blind Lalith inventor, and not here with me. Are you truly going to make me spell it out for you? Alright, go to Wineport in East Lonoska and speak with Shaman Lamoni. I am assured he is the region's leading authority. If he cannot point you in the direction of a proper drop, no one can. Soy and spice sprinkled with a subtle subpon of the steppe. You have traveled far, my friend. What is it you seek here in Wineport? A rose-themed wine. You would be hard-pressed to find a wine that did not display some hint of rose, so we can assume that your client has not referring to a desired croquette. Perhaps a name or label or a bottle. Yes, I seem to recall a certain vintage rose sold in crystal bottles with a single red rose on the label. Alas, I have nothing as rare amongst my personal stock. As for who might, well, there's always rarity in that, I suppose. I would assume Belgian is where he always is, in his manner, fussing over his precious hoard. Wait. Muscle bound. Okay, alright. She looks just like the fucking girl from the 1.0 trailer, I swear. Maybe that's her. Yeah, this dude. I haven't talked to him in forever. Looks a lot better in here with the lighting. And the character creator and such being better. He looks better. Duh. Everything just looks better. Hold on. Pa. Only an uncultured fool would select a wine based solely on its bottle. As it happens, however, said fool would be undeservingly rewarded with one of Vilbrun's best wines were he to select a vintage Vinja. Not that your client would have the palate to properly appreciate its depth and complexity. But let us not dispense with the pretense. You are the fool in question, and do not bother to deny it. A fool who has aimed too high. One of your standing could live 1,000 lifetimes and still not amass the wealth required to purchase even an empty bottle. Oh, price is no object, is it? Even if I believe you, and I do not, I have a reputation to uphold as a vinter and vinticularist. When my clients too learn I was peddling the choice of my collection to the likes of you, they would never do business with me again. Alright. Just to see the back of you, I shall do you the kindness of directing your steps onto one who might take pity on your plight, assuming he does not find amusement in it. Master Garduru of Costo del Sol, but do not tell him I sent you. While I admit to having taken some pleasure in disappointing you the first time, I do not expect to be asked to repeat the feat. Did I not make myself clear? Now be gone, or I shall summon the Yellow Jackets. Coastal de Sol is right where Master Gedgeru built it. Little reminder that he is okay. And I missed this outfit. This outfit's dope. I don't like not being able to do any of my attacks without an enemy, though. It's a downside to being a dragoon. This guy. Never thought I'd speak to you again. Yo, it's always a pleasure, and I do mean that. My ladies inform me you come inquiring after a bottle of some Vinja, but I told them they must be mistaken. Not even you would be foolish enough to think you could. Oh, you are serious. Yo, you do realize one could purchase an entire estate in mist for the price of a single bottle, or 5 estates for the price of 5 bottles, which happens to be the number of bottles of Vinja I have in my collection. Now, I am not an unreasonable man, but none say the venerable Genjiru does not value our friendship as deep as the one you and I have forged. So in my boundless generosity, I offer you the opportunity for a trade. A bottle of vintage Sudfinja for a mere magnum of fine Dalmascan. Never heard of this stuff? And I thought I was talking to a fellow connoisseur. I pity the poor vinter back in Wineport who will have to educate you. Until then, my friend, the offer stands. If you seek to learn Dalmascan wine, you can always go to Dalmasca. Though Wineport is decidedly closer and has yet to be reduced to dust. First Sud Vinjana and now Damascus wine. Might I interest you in an aged Lamensian red instead? No, I thought not. Well then you have your work cut out for you. There was a time Damascus wine was fairly easy to procure, even here in Bilbrin, but that was before the Empire raised the better part of the kingdom. Vineyards and all. If there are any surviving bottles, it would be those that were exported before the Imperial invasion, over 30 summers past, though I've not encountered any in a decade or more, either at auction or in private hands. Collectors are covetous creatures. If one were to have somehow acquired a bottle, there is little chance he would willingly part with such a treasure, which leaves only those brought over by the few Dalmascan refugees who fled to Eorzea. My good friend Dress once called Damascus home, but the scars left after the Exodus have yet to fully mend. You may know something of the wine you seek, but I fear any mention of his past might reopen old wounds. Mayhap I should not have spoken. I cannot prevent you from treating me with the man, but if you do, I would ask that you show due compassion. I like how my skirt just... Oh shit. Alright. Well, this place is cooler now, with the luminescent lights and whatnot. And the grass and all. Foliage. This is still just a dank cabin though. It's lit well though. Alright. Can't sleep, they won't let me. The midges won't let me. They buzz and they scream. I know you. You were here before. You sent away the midges. They came back though. They always come back. They mock me. Tell me I can never go home. I just want to go home. I cannot stand it here anymore. My son, my daughter, how will they survive without their father? They must be so frightened. I need to go home. Now I cannot stay, please. Secret dialogue. Comfort. Wine. My wife loved wine. We would drink a glass of Allen's every night before sunset. She would always keep the cork. I always thought that odd. What good is a cork? Toss it in the middle heap along with the bottle, I'd say, but she, toss it in the middle heap along with the bottle, I'd say, toss it away. All this time. So you find several empty wine bottles along the rubbish. One in particular calls out to you. Take it to Shaman Lamani to confirm its origin. Oh wow, really? Just leave him to be? Just because he has side quests attached to him? That sucks. Toss it in the meat. kind of weird that my mount didn't make a sound there. Oh, I can just tell it. How was Darius? I do hope your visit did not disquiet the poor soul. It did. So you brought me an empty bottle. Ah, but what is this? The cork remains in place. That is most fortunate. If an adequate seal was made, there may still be traces of the wine within. May I? Flamboyant yet elegant, a thought-provoking blend of cocoa beans and cinnamon with just a hint of, is that rosemary? A veritable kaleidoscope of both opulence and refinement. Long has it been since I last encountered a bouquet of such complexity, yet I recall it as if it was yesterday. Without question, this bottle once held a Dalmascan Monde, read by the name of Valens. To think I would have the opportunity to experience it again after so many summers. But I suspect Master Gedgeru will not be as satisfied with the sniff as I. Now, one without scruples might see the empty bottle as the basis for a ruse. One man's ruse is another man's kekuku. Over the years, I've had numerous dealings with the Lord of Costa del Sol, and while he is many things, an expert on wines is not one of them. Not that it would matter if he were. Men of his standing invariably find more joy in boasting to their acquisition than in consuming them. In all likelihood, Master Gedgeru will never even open the bottle, rendering the provenance of its contents particularly irrelevant. Ah, but where are my manners? These forays back to western climes always bring out the barbarian in me. It is a pleasure, Yo, lest you wonder at my presence here. My employers see promise in the Hingen wine trade, and desire the establishment of a viable route towards east and west. I am to come to see their plan to fruition. But returning to your dilemma, I believe that I may be of assistance. I just so happen to have on my person several sample bottles of Hingen wine made with grapes similar to those once found in Dalmasca. For a close acquaintance, I would be more than willing to part with one of that she might fill her empty vessel. But that would be unjust. As a maker of wine, I cannot allow it. Master Gedgeru has cozened more of his clients than he can count. How do you think the man amassed his fortune? By playing fair? Would that the world were thus, but I am sure to tell you that it is not. So it is decided then, we shall employ deceit as our morality justified means to a happy end. Wait, this is a fool's errand. Then, let us be glad our quarry is a fool himself. Now, if you will excuse me, I must go and tell the gentle citizens of Wineport why they should be drinking Higgins' good day. If it was me, I'd just be like nodding, be like, yep, I got you. We do this. We do this. Right. I saw nothing. Nothing at all. Alright. By the gods, you actually found one. A bottle of Damascus wine. Oh, we must uncork it right away. Yes, the lush prophet for breakfast dignification coupled with earthen undertones and so forth. In short, the very epitome of a Dalmascan red. Yes, you have outdone yourself this time, yo. And a promise is a promise, ladies. The bottle of soap, bitch, if you please. Okay, Seth, eh? Take whichever one you fancy, except for the one with the rose. That is my favorite, or whichever you fancy. My character's smart, you know. Away with you, adventurer. After enjoying a glass or three of this tantalizing tonic, I mean to fill the bottle with some cheap Indian swill I just purchased from a representative of the Southern Trading Company. We cork it and then sell it to one of my rivals in New Dot for a ridiculous profit. Ah. They say a rose is a rose, so tell me, adventurer, is that rose in your pocket, or are you simply here for small talk? A bottle of vintage stormblood. You never cease to amaze. But what is most amazing is your impeccable sense of timing. Today marks the 12th anniversary of the day I met my dear wife, and if there was one thing she loved more than wine, it was roses. Word that she were here today to. But I jest. My wife is very much alive, in fact. Motherfucker. She's been here with us all along. Darling, would you care to join us? For me? How thoughtful. But did you forget the most important gift of all? Of course not. Okay. Bacon bread. The perfect companion to my perfect wine, for my perfect companion. Oh, darling, I think this might be our best anniversary yet. Well, that's nice. Is she here? Yes, she is. Okay. So they're a couple. That's cool. That played out better than I imagined. I suppose I have to thank you, adventurer. Though it was bacon bread that sealed the deal. Oh, it is a question. The Sud Benja was truly an amazing wine. I admit, before leaving Garlemald, I was worried the Outlander's vintages would not agree with my palate, but oh, how I was wrong. Not only was the rose one of the best I've had during my time here, it is one of the best I've had, well, ever. I simply have to have more, so I went and purchased an entire crate of the stuff. Dude is rich. And, and I gave him quite a deal, I might add, which was not easy, seeing as there is a great demand for bottles of Slug Ninja throughout the three great continents. I shall reserve my judgment on the variety of Hancock's deal, but even were the price double, it would have been more than worth it. Fortunately, I recently sold an entire collection of my works to a little playhouse on Kongone Dori, the Mujikosa, I believe they call themselves. These Hingan words have my tongue in knots, and score myself a tidy profit. The price of a single bottle more than a house in mist, you say? More than a birdhouse, I suppose. You were Serious? Well, then I can inform you that is most definitely not the case. Even during shortages, I've never had to ask more than, say, 20 or 30,000 gil a bottle. 40 if the buyer was wearing silks. You say Master Genjuru provided you with this misinformation, did he? Why, the conniving devil, well played. You're lecherous, Lalafell, you. I mean, that is terrible. What a terrible thing for him to do. Wait, was that Dalmascan wine we procured for Master Genjuru some moons ago in exchange for one of his bottles of Sud Vinja? Do I, want to know about this, Hancock? Probably not, but I shall enlighten you anyway. Sounds... oh, the music is so good. It sounds like you and Hancock make quite the cunning devils, yo. Still, I do feel somewhat responsible for this whole mess. As an apology, might I offer you a bottle of vintage Ganja? No, of course not. Then what would you say to a bottle of Dalmascan? You could exchange it with the bottle you gave this Master Genjuru and absolve yourself of all wrongdoing and whatnot. Ah, now you're probably wondering where one might find a bottle of genuine Dalmascan red, considering the hells you had to negotiate simply to find an empty bottle. Well, that, my distrustful friend, is where Hancock comes in. I do? Oh, yes, I do. And I just so happen to have a bottle of Dalmascan wine on my person this very moment. 3, in fact. And why do I carry the bottles of the rarest wine in Orthord on my person, you ask? I am not at liberty to say. If you must know, I acquired them from one of my acquaintances in Rabanastre. Ah, alright, I purchased them from Lady Fran. Is this all what I think it is? Enough Dalmascan red to keep a Benga happy for a long time. Almost amongst the royal sommeliers there was a rare era like Lady Fran. When word came the Garlands were approaching, she ordered the entirety of the royal palace cellars delivered here where they'd be safe from the Empire. Seeing as the situation with the palace is what it is, I don't believe anyone would mind Lante's tears using the wine to, say, fill the resistance coffers. So what is your offer? If this many bottles were to make it to market, the price would fall like a purple from an oak. I would be ruined. And here I thought they said you were a shrewd one. Now if it were I to acquire this much wine, I reckon I would only release a few bottles at a time to ensure, what would you call it, maximum profits. Renok, there's no need to be rude to our guests. You told me before that the East Elder Nard Trading Company could not provide the Dalmascan resistance with aid as it would not be good for business. So I offer you something that will. Do you accept? Not that it transpired anything like that, mind you. So, would you care to purchase a bottle? I jest, I jest. Now take a bottle and consider it uh, consider it the last you'll get from me. Or take 2 bottles? All 3? Enough, yo. Poor Hancock looks as if he's lost his mistress to a mortal. 3 bottles is more than fair to see your wounded honor restored. Think of it this way, yo. If you haven't saved the world from Ultima's bane, the High Seraph would most definitely have destroyed all the wine in the monastery simply out of spite. Meaning you're entitled to at least those 3. And if you so desire, you can take one of those bottles back to Coastal del Sol and set things right. Though something tells me Master Genjiro won't take kindly to you waltzing into his manor and demanding he exchange bottles for no apparent reason. Perhaps you can enlist the aid of the vintner from Wineport. What was his name again? Shamani Lamani. Think of it. Okay. You don't even get a name. Hey. Wait, did you just say you have in your possession a bottle of genuine Damascus red? By the 12, wherever did he find it? Amazing. Simply amazing. And is it safe to assume you are here to right a past wrong? One involving a fancy bottle full of falsehoods, and fabrications? Well, I am more than willing to help you sort out this sordid mess. If I had said something back when I learned you would be trading a bottle of balance for mere bunja, none of us would be in this position in the first place. I shall accompany you to Master Genjiro's seaside manor and explain to the man that the bottle you gave him had not been stored properly, and that we have come to exchange it with the one that has. He is certain to believe the claim coming from me, his most trusted supplier. That's cool, it just teleports me. Spoiled. Shamani, I am shocked to hear that such a careless mistake was made on your watch. My deepest apologies, Master Genjiro. I was not made aware of the error until recently, and have since been seeking to procure a replacement, the one I came bearing today. Would you care to partake in its aroma? I find you will recognize hints of kukuru cinnamon, and if you hold the goblet at just the right angle, freshly cut rosemary, a veritable kaleidoscope of both opulence and refinement, if I do say so. Without question, this bottle most certainly contains none other than Damascus balance. I shall be the judge of that. Yes, a florid banquet of wooden distinctions hunkered beneath a rhapsodic veil of undertones and, what you said. Yes, this is without a doubt a vintage Le Monde. I accept your apology and will allow the exchange. You two, fetch me the bottle, now. Just throw money at it. I'll fix everything. Again, my apologies, Master Genjiro. I shall endeavor to prevent any similar oversights in the future. You have my word. Yes, yes, but may I ask, what exactly are your plans for that bottle? This? Why, dispose of it, of course. It is far too foul to even flavor a stew. Then you wouldn't mind if I kept it, would you? Kept it, but why? Why do you think? There is a coin to be made, a little wax about the top, and I can convince my full colleagues back in Oda that this is authentic. Sealed bottle of Damascus red. And once the bidding ends, I'll have enough for another wing to my manor here. Master Gejuru, knowingly presenting someone with a bottle of wine understood to be inferior in quality, that would be, I could never allow such a thing. So dramatic. Never, never. Holy shit. What's one little bottle? I'll even give you a cut of the profits. A small cut. I said never. I said, Now look what you've done, ladies. Hurry and collect those pieces. I have some animal glue in the bun of below. See, about to be tossed. No. And, a good day to you, too. All's well that ends well, I suppose. The important thing is that we exchange the bottles. Now as to this all going to now as to how this is all going to affect my future dealings with Master Genjuru, you let me worry about that. What's this? A second bottle of lame Monday? For me? You know I cannot accept such a gift. There are literally thousands more where this came from. Well, if that is the case, I suppose I can. Thank you again for the wonderful gift. As a distributor of fine wines, rarely am I allowed the luxury of partaking in my own supply. I shall truly enjoy this exception. Perhaps I will even allow old Bergant a glass. Half a glass. Here's to hoping it will inspire his winery to even greater heights. Is that another bottle I see sticking its cork from your back? God, those things truly are bottomless, aren't they? Well, as happy as I would be to take it off your hands, I believe there is another far more deserving than I. You'll find dressed where he always is. Oh, we get to go help dress? Yo. Who wrote this? Who wrote this quest, yo? Was it Tactics guy? I don't know his name. But it is technically part of the Evil East stuff, so. I think. can get Durst out of his cabin, that'd be cool. Or at least stop hallucinating. Why, you have come back. There is nothing for you here. I'm super close to him. There is nothing for any of us. That bottle, where did you descend? Home. I'm sorry, I don't deserve this. It was my wife who always saved the courts. Do you think she'd forgive me if I told her I wasn't coming back? With my brothers in arms, would they allow me this respite? Maybe it's time I ask them. They'll all be here soon, just like they are every night. But tonight, I'll have brought them something. Thank you, friend. Thank you. Oh, he was better off than I thought. Thank you, friend. The sense of home were not as frightening as I imagined they'd be. Still looks like he's bugging out, but, like, at least he has a family coming home. Or thinks he does. Hopefully he really does. You're back, and far quicker than last time. Everything off with an area hitch then, I presume. That is truly, truly wonderful to hear, and I'm not simply saying that because there's been the nagging in my gut that's followed me since I asked you to fetch me some wine that fateful day. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. I've been told you adventuring tulps fetch or collect them as well. Gil. Deserve. I run, you give chase. I am Hearth, and you does something, but the Hearth has laid. Ah, yeah, you have caught me again in the throes of a bloody bout with my arch nemesis, Writer's Block. Perhaps a change of place would serve me well. Was there aught you needed? Oh. Alright. Oh yeah, these dudes. It's cool to see them. Is there a cutscene? No. How much? I don't have enough for a thing. But I will. Be doing dailies for a little bit. Okay. It's a weird place to end it, considering it's stormblood, but I'm gonna end it here. Good thing there's nothing there. I would have fell. Alright. As always, thank you for joining me. And I will see you in the next one. That's the end of Stormblood side quest. That's all of them. I did all of them. I swear to God, there's no quests that say that you will not get help from the journal. None at all. I did all the quests. Maybe one day I'll do those other quests, but for all intensive purposes, that's the last of the Stormblood side quest series. Thank you for watching it, or just catching the finale, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Whatever it is.